All right. So I wanted to do a quick video to kind of recap a blog post that I put up on a LinkedIn post that I put up a couple weeks ago. When I saw that TikTok had their the ban extended via executive order for the third time, and then on top of that, the growth of their search ads business has been pretty remarkable. I think they had like 27 acre malls across all departments and others, but really kind of seems like a bit of a miss. I think within the business world, folks know that TikTok search, TikTok made me buy it, and other things have really been growing over time. But one of the areas that's largely been ignored, kind of within the TikTok ban and others, is now effectively that China owns a search engine inside the United States, and that you know that data is part of what was supposed to be being analyzed by our government, but it doesn't feel like anybody's really on top of it. Overall, a lot of this is due to the fact that TikTok does not pass UTMs outside of the app and into Google Analytics. So they have the ability, and it's there for paid ads, but it's not on natively. For organic, it's very, very limited because they really don't want to impact the amount of traffic there. But if you look at publicly where Walmart, Amazon, the other large retail media networks are going to purchase their traffic, the vast majority of what they're buying is coming from TikTok so that they can drive these new audiences and additionally, find new ways to engage there. Now, within that, this shift in search has caused a huge amount of attribution blindness, which, funny enough, is actually the reason that TikTok is having such a difficulty growing their search business. The ways in which search is measured are very antiquated, and the belief of CMOs at the top of the structure are not going to offhand believe and shift budgets around that. So effectively, what you end up with is a huge amount of brands that are left competing for a shrinking amount of pie with Google SEM at an ever increasing cost. And so, when this diminishing resource of Google search has really kind of put a constraint on their ad budget. A handful of brands have gotten out in front and understand how to effectively harness some of their social media to replace some of that. But really, it's a very small handful of brands. And those are likely not, in some ways, getting in front of the issues that they need to, or I wouldn't say getting in front of. Those brands that have kind of gotten in front of social commerce really are being quiet about the impacts that it's having because they understand that it is an incredibly low competition environment due to the fact that most brands are not effectively operating there. There are some smart workarounds that folks can use right now. Number one, you should get to Signals Optimal across all of your social media platforms and ensure that you are instructing your social media teams and your paid media teams to use in 100% of posts the exact same UTM structures. Additionally, assigning UTMs for your link in bio, absolutely critical to understand where that traffic's coming from, and then using those across all of your social media to help pull those in. Additionally, using mobile-friendly campaign-specific landing pages can also be a great way here so that you are effectively using separate links out from TikTok and others to effectively gauge the traffic. In doing that, another one that works really, really well, attribution surveys, post-purchase surveys. There's a number of tools. Pretty much every tool you look at that comes out about attribution surveys says that, TikTok, Instagram, and others generally do not receive the credit that they deserve in terms of driving and influencing purchases. This is all comes back to this lack of UTM data being there, and the fact that the vast majority of brands take that volume of organic traffic from a UTM, add them all, and then that's the budget that they assign out, or percentage of budget they assign out to each platform. Additionally, there are ways for TikTok to fix this, but for some reason, I would guess likely the ban, in the fact that if I had to guess, they're probably in the 35% of all US internet traffic range. It's unlikely that automatic UTM parameter appending is going to happen there anytime soon. Now, within that one, brands where they can get ahead of it is integrating TikTok Shop. This is the best way to kind of get a look under the hood and begin harnessing this. Additionally, it's a considerably lower cost affiliate network than if you were to go traditionally and run your affiliate platform through, a Rakuten, a CJ, one of the traditional affiliate platforms that are out there. There are immediate things that the folks need to do. You need to audit your direct traffic. This always makes me laugh because it happened during the pandemic where marketing teams all over the world were patting themselves on the back due to the massive increases they were seeing in direct traffic, not realizing that this was uncategorized TikTok traffic that was exploding around the exact same time. Figuring out this attribution gap really helps you both better target your audience and find discovery. But additionally, you can, start to really outcompete your competitors due to the fact that they are underinvested in their measurement and their abilities won't be as strong. And so, overall, most of the folks that we work usually see a 40 to 50% increase in their paid ad click-through rates while lowering the costs overall about 30% across the board. And so normally, adapt. It allows them to adapt their strategy fairly quickly because we're able to generate a ROAS that's channel comparative and measurable for them. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I love your comments. So talk to you later. Bye.